Hello students, here I am Gayatri Kumar, Assistant Professor BBA in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management Group. So here I am back with an online lecture series on company account subject. So let's start with lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to start new topic of third unit, that is liquidation of company. So first of all, question arises that what you understand by what is the meaning by liquidation of company. So in simple words, if we say in simple words, the liquidation means the closing of business. Okay, when a company wants to close its business, then this will be known as this will be called as that a company is going on liquidation. So let's see the meaning of liquidation. Liquidation is the process of selling all the assets of an entity, setting its liabilities, distributing any remaining funds to shareholders, and closing it down as a legal entity. So basically, in simple words, when a company wants to close its business, then it will be known as liquidation. The company is going on liquidation. Okay. So basically, liquidation is the process of selling all the assets of an entity and setting its liabilities, distributing any remaining funds to shareholders, and closing it down as a legal entity. The liquidation can be due to bankruptcy, which is company enters when it does not have sufficient fund to pay its creditors. So जब कोई कंपनी bankrupt होने जाती है, bankrupt के वे में होती है, bankrupt की process में होती है, then company wants to if company wants to disclose company wants to close this business, then that process will be known as liquidation of company. So liquidation of companies is basically is the process of selling all the assets and or setting all the liabilities or pay all the liabilities, distributing the funds to the shareholders or any other creditors, and closing down as legal entity. Okay, so basically कोई कंपनी अपने बिजनेस को क्लोज करना चाहती है, तो क्लोज करने के लिए उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा, अपनी सारी एसेट्स को बेचना पड़ेगा, और उससे जो पैसा कंपनी को मिलेगा सारी एसेट्स को सेल करके, the amount which company receives will use to that amount to setting up its liabilities or to the payment of liabilities. Okay? तो लिक्विडेशन के प्रोसेस में क्या करना होगा कंपनी को, जब भी कंपनी अपने बिजनेस को बंद करना चाहती है क्योंकि वो बैंकरप्ट होने वाली है या उसके पास कंटिन्यूस लॉसेस में चल रही है कंपनी, देन कंपनी अपनी कंपनी को बंद कर सकती है, दैट क्लोजर ऑफ द कंपनी विल बी नोन एज लिक्विडेशन. और लिक्विडेशन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है, लिक्विडेशन प्रोसेस में आपको क्या करना होगा, जब भी कोई कंपनी लिक्विडेशन को जाएगी तो उसको सबसे पहले अपनी सारी एसेट्स बेचनी पड़ेगी, और उस एसेट्स को बेच के जो भी पैसा कंपनी को रिसीव होगा उसका कहाँ यूज करेगी, टू सेटिंग द लाइबिलिटीज और टू पेमेंट ऑफ द लाइबिलिटीज एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग द रिमेनिंग अमाउंट ऑफ द शेयरहोल्डर्स. तो क्या करेगी कंपनी समाउंट में, सबसे पहले अपनी आउटसाइडर्स की लाइबिलिटीज को सेट करेगी, पे ऑफ करेगी, देन जो भी रिमेनिंग फंड बचेगा उससे शेयर होल्डर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगी, उस फंड को शेयर होल्डर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगी और अपनी कंपनी को क्लोज कर देगी. ठीक है, सो कंपनी क्लोज करने के रीजन क्या हो सकते हैं, बैंकरप्सी which company enters when it does not have sufficient fund to pay the creditors. कि कंपनी के पास sufficient fund ही नहीं है creditors को pay करने के लिए, then in that case company can go on liquidation. Okay, now there is process of winding up or process of liquidation. See, what is the process of liquidation? First, selling of assets of the company. First, company had to sell all the assets of the company. Company had to sold all the assets of company. Then after selling these assets, the amount which is received from that assets or selling of that asset, selling of all the assets, that amount will be used for the paying of the liability of the company. So first, company will hold all the assets of the company. After the selling of the assets, after the selling of the assets, all the amount which is received by selling of the assets, company will use that amount to pay the liability. Okay. First step, company will sell all the assets of the company, then will pay off the liabilities of the company from that amount. Then, if there is any deficiency to pay to the creditors, and the shareholders are called upon to pay unpaid amount to their articles on their articles. So, if there is not much amount and there is not sufficient amount to the selling of the assets that you can pay all the creditors. अगर आपको एसेट्स को सोल्ड करके इतना पैसा रिसीव आपके पास इतना फंड नहीं रेज हो पाया, इतना पैसा नहीं आ पाया कि आप अपने सारे क्रेडिटर्स का पेमेंट कर दे, तो फिर आप क्या करोगे, शेयर होल्डर्स को बोलोगे उनकी अनपेड अमाउंट पे करने के लिए। अनपेड अमाउंट मीन्स सपोज द price of a share is 10 rupees and any shareholder still pay 8 rupees. So now you will call, you will say to say, you will call the remaining 2 rupees to that shareholder. You will call for 2 rupees from that shareholder. Okay. So जो भी shareholders का unpaid amount है उसके लिए आप call करेंगे. Then in case of surplus, after paying off all of the liabilities, it may be distributed to the contributories according to their rights and under the article. So if you have deficit amount, you have deficiency of amount by selling of assets, then you can call to shareholders. You can call the unpaid amount of the from shareholders. Okay, जो आपका जो भी shareholders unpaid amount है वो आप बोलोगे shareholders आप लेकर आओ जो आपका unpaid amount है, क्योंकि हमारे पास deficiency है, हमारे पास amount कम है liabilities को pay करने के लिए. Now, in the case when you have surplus amount, then what will you do? So, after paying off all the liabilities, if you have any surplus amount, then it may be distributed in the contributories according to their rights, which is defined in the article of association. Okay, so what do you understand by contributories? We will discuss about contributories in later lectures. Okay, for now, just remind this word that contributories, this amount will be distributed between the or among the contributories. Okay, अभी के लिए सिर्फ आपको ये याद रखना है कि आपको जो भी सरप्लस अमाउंट होगा वो आप कंट्रीब्यूटरीज में डिवाइड कर दोगे एज पर द आर्टिकल ऑफ द एसोसिएशन. Okay, what is your article of association or article of company? You will distribute that surplus amount between the among the contributors. Then why? What do you understand by contributors? Contributors की डिटेल और हम पढ़ेंगे आगे लेक्चर में. तो अभी के लिए आप ये ध्यान रखना है कि सरप्लस अमाउंट होगा वो contributors में आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देंगे as per the rights and regulations under the article of association. Okay. At the end, the registration of companies removes the name of the registrar of the company, removes the name of the company from the register of the company, which is maintained by his office. And at the end, the registrar of companies will remove the name of that company from the register in which company's name is mentioned. Okay, जिस रजिस्टर में कंपनी का नाम मेंशन है उसमें से उसका नाम हटा दिया जाएगा. कौन हटाएगा? रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ द कंपनी. So at the end, registrar of companies will remove the name of the company from the register of companies, which is maintained by his office. Okay, so this is the fixed price tax which is including process of liquidation or process of writing. So this is fixed process of liquidation. First, you will sell your all the assets. Then you will pay the liabilities. If you have any deficiency, then you will call to shareholders to pay the unpaid amount. Okay. If you have any surplus amount, then you will distribute that surplus amount among the contributories. And at the end, the registrar of companies will cut your name from the register in which your name is registered or maintained. Okay. So this is the fixed steps for the liquidation of the company. Okay. Now, let's understand modes of the winding up or modes of the liquidation. How many modes of there to winding up of a company or liquidation of the company के liquidation के क्या-क्या modes हो सकते हैं? See, there can be 3 modes of winding up of the company. First, compulsory winding up by the court. If court gives you the order to gives the order to close the company or to liquidate the company, then you have to liquidate the company. You have to winding up that. Okay. Second case may be you voluntarily want to winding up the country or your members and creditors voluntarily winding up that company or winding up your company. And third is winding up under the supervision of the court. Not the supervision. Here we mention just a minute. You can say in first condition will be first condition is mode of first mode is there are 3 modes. First mode, compulsory winding up by law, by any law. Wrongly this is kindly rectify this word. This is not for this is law. Compulsory winding up by any law. Okay. So there's three modes of the winding of the company when compulsory winding up by the law, any law. Second is voluntary winding up, and third is winding up in the under the supervision of the court. So आपके पास थ्री वाइंडिंग अप के कंपनी के लिक्विडेशन के थ्री मोड्स हो सकते हैं. सबसे पहला जब आपको किसी लॉ ने कंपल्सरी आपके ऊपर वाइंडिंग अप की कंडीशन लगा दी कि आपको ये कंपल्सरी है ऐसा करना, तो आपको वाइंडिंग अप करना पड़ेगा, लिक्विडेट करना पड़ेगा अपनी कंपनी को. अदरवाइज सेकंड कंडीशन, आपके खुद की कंपनी के मेंबर्स और क्रेडिटर्स ये चाहते हैं, वॉलंटरी चाहते हैं कि कंपनी बंद हो जाए, क्यों उनको कोई उससे बेनिफिट नहीं हो रहा है, कोई रिटर्न नहीं मिल रहा है, कोई अच्छा रिटर्न नहीं मिल रहा है, कंपनी प्रॉफिट में नहीं चल रही है, वॉट एवर द रीजन, तो वो अगर वॉलंटरी चाहे मेंबर्स और क्रेडिटर्स तो वो वाइंड अप कर सकते हैं. एंड थर्ड इज वाइंडिंग अप अंडर द सुपरविजन ऑफ कोर्ट. नाउ इन ऑल these three modes you have different conditions to winding up. So let's see. The first is compulsory winding up by the court or any law. Then in that case, the company formed and registered under the ordinance may be wound up by the court. This kind of winding up is also called as compulsory winding up. Okay. Now see the explanation of it. See, a company needs to pass a special resolution and also court order for winding up on the basis of some specific ground. A company needs to pass a special resolution and also court orders for winding up on the basis of some specific grounds. तो अगर कोई कोर्ट या कोई भी लॉ आपका कंपनी को वाइंड अप कब कर सकता है, जब उसके उस कोर्ट ने या उस लॉ ने, उस भी लॉ ने आपको कंपल्सरी वाइंडिंग अप के लिए ऑर्डर्स दिए हैं, उस लॉ ने कुछ स्पेसिफिक ग्राउंड्स पे आपका जो भी कंपनी है उसका टेस्ट किया है, कुछ स्पेसिफिक ग्राउंड्स पे, स्पेसिफिक बेसिस पे आपके कंपनी का टेस्ट किया है, एंड योर कंपनी डजंट फुलफिल दैट टेस्ट और डजंट पास दैट टेस्ट, मतलब आपके यहाँ पे जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन चलो, जो भी ग्राउंड्स है, जो भी बेसिस है कोर्ट के या लॉ के, उसको आप फुलफिल नहीं कर रहे हो, तो कंपनी क्या कर सकती है, आपकी कंपनी को बंद करने का ऑर्डर दे सकती है. उस केस में आप कंपनी को क्या करना पड़ेगा, एक स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन पास करना पड़ेगा. स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन मीन्स 75% आपको एग्री होने चाहिए, आपके जितने भी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स के भी मेंबर्स हैं शेयर होल्डर्स हैं, तो 75% आपके पास एग्री होनी चाहिए, 75% मेंबर्स आपके एग्री होने चाहिए. ओके. Then next condition, when company is unable to pay its debts. If company is unable to pay its debts, in that condition, the law or the court can compulsory wound up the company. Okay. If company is carrying any illegal business, if there is a company who is carrying illegal business, in that case also any law can give the order to liquidate that company. If case of non-maintenance of accounts, if you are not properly maintaining your accounts, then in that case also court or any law can give you the order to liquidate the company. Okay. When the statutory meaning is not conducted, then the court may give order to wind up the company. If you are not fulfilling any statutory requirement or any legal requirement, then in that case also company can give court or law can give you the order to wind up the company or liquidate the company. In case of non-submission of statutory report to the registrar, if you don't submit any statutory report, any legal report to the registrar, then in that case also a court or the law can give you the order to liquidate the company. Okay. The next, if company unable to start its business within a year of incorporation. Now see, if you do the incorporation of your company, if you are incorporate as a company. Okay. आपने अपनी कंपनी को इनकॉर्पोरेट करवा दिया, एंड आफ्टर इनकॉर्पोरेशन विद इन 1 year you are not able to start your business, then in that case also the court or the law can give you the order for the same. They can give you order to liquidate or wind up your company. Then if company is not having minimum number of members, if company is not having minimum number of members, okay, so if your company doesn't have minimum number of members that is required by law or that is required in companies that is minimum requirement in companies at 2013, then in that case also court or any law can give you the liquidation, can give you the order of liquidation. So what is the limit or what is the minimum requirement of the person or members? So in the case of public company, minimum 7 members must be there as per the Companies Act running any private company, then in that case minimum 2 members will be there in your company. So in your company there must be 2 members. Okay, this is the rule of Companies Act 2030. Okay? So if you are running a public company, or you have a public company and you don't have 7 members, at least 7 members, meaning you don't have minimum 7 members, then in that case court can give you to wind up or to liquidate the company, give you the order to liquidate the company. And if you have private company and you don't have minimum at least 2 members also, even if you don't have even 2 members, minimum 2 members, then in that case also court or any law gives you the order to liquidate your company. Okay, तो अगर आपके पास पब्लिक कंपनी केस में 7 members मिनिमम नहीं है, प्राइवेट कंपनी केस में 2 members नहीं है मिनिमम, then in that case company court or law आपको wind up करने का order दे सकते हैं. If company doesn't follow the directions of the court or registrar of the commission, if it doesn't follow the direction which is given by court or any registrar of the commission, then in that case also court or any law can give you the order to winding up your company. Okay, so these are the conditions where a court can give you the compulsory winding up of your company, can give order of compulsory winding up of your company. Okay, yes. Now let's move on. Second condition is voluntary winding up by the member of creditor, in which cases your members or creditors can voluntarily wind up your company. So see, the main object of voluntary winding up is that the company and its creditors shall be left to settle their affairs without going to court, but they may apply to the court for any direction or order if and when necessary. Just read one more time. The main object of a voluntary winding up is that the company and its creditors shall be left to settle their affairs without going to court, but they may apply to the court for any direction and order if and when necessary. See, basically the main objective of voluntary winding up is that your creditors and members may left your company to settle its affairs without going to court. तो एक क्रेडिटर्स और मेंबर आपकी कंपनी को लेफ्ट कर सकते हैं और सेटल कर सकते हैं उनके अफेयर्स को विदाउट गोइंग द कोर्ट. वो बिना कोर्ट में गए हुए भी आपके कंपनी के वाइंडिंग अप या लिक्विडेशन कर सकते हैं. दिस इज द मेन पर्पस ऑफ वॉलंटरी वाइंडिंग अप. बट अगर वो ऐसा चाहते हैं कि कोर्ट डायरेक्शंस दे कंपनी को, कोर्ट बोले कि आप कोर्ट ऑर्डर दे कि आपको वाइंड अप करना है, तो वो ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. क्रेडिटर्स और मेंबर्स चाहे तो वॉलंटरी वाइंडिंग अप भी कर सकते हैं और चाहे तो कोर्ट के पास भी जा सकते हैं. कोर्ट को ही बोल सकते हैं कि आप कंपनी को ऐसे ऑर्डर दो, कंपनी अपने बिजनेस को वाइंड अप. ओके, नाउ see the explanation of second condition, in which cases creditors or members can wind up your company, voluntarily wind up your company. Okay, when the period fixed for the duration of the company has expired. When the period of duration that company will run for 10 years or for 15 years, that period expired, then that period has expired, then in that case the creditors and members can demand for voluntary liquidation. Okay, the next, if the company passes a special resolution of its winding up by voluntary. So if you are doing the voluntary winding up, then you have to pass a special resolution for the winding up of the company. Okay, and what do you mean by special resolution? That means 75% members are agreed. Then when the event occurs and the article provide information that when this event will occur, then company has to wind up. So if there is a condition mentioned in the article of association that if such kind of a specific event or such kind of event occurs, if any specific kind of events occur, then company has to be wound up. अगर आपके आर्टिकल ऑफ एसोसिएशन में पहले से ही मेंशन है कि इस टाइप का कोई इवेंट अकर हो जाएगा, स्पेसिफिक कुछ इवेंट्स गिवन है कि इस टाइप की कंडीशन आएगी, तो अपने आप कंपनी क्या हो जाएगी, वाइंडिंग अप हो जाएगी. ओके, कुछ भी कंडीशन हो सकते हैं. किस भी ईयर में अगर जैसे 3 इयर्स तक ऐसा कोई इवेंट अकर हुआ कि कंटिन्यूअस 3 इयर्स तक कंपनी लॉसेस में चलेगी, तो कंपनी को वाइंड अप करना पड़ेगा, वॉलंटरी वाइंडिंग अप करना पड़ेगा. ओके, तो अगर ऐसा कुछ आर्टिकल में लिखा हुआ है और ऐसा हुआ है, ऐसा इवेंट अकर हुआ है, लाइक आपकी कंपनी कंटिन्यूअस 3 इयर्स से लॉसेस में चल रही है, तो फिर आपको वॉलंटरी वाइंडिंग अप करना पड़ेगा, कंपनी को बंद करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज दिस इवेंट इज condition, winding up under the supervision of the when company has passed special or extraordinary resolution for its liquidation or winding up, court can pass an order on application of creditors, contributors, or other persons for conducting a liquidation or winding up of company under the supervision of court. Let's read one more time. When company has passed special or extraordinary resolution, okay, for its liquidation or winding up, court can pass an order on application of creditors, contributories, or other persons for conducting a liquidation or winding up company under the supervision of court. Okay, see, when company passes special resolution to liquidate the company, okay, when company passes a special resolution for the liquidation of company. Now, their creditors and contributories demand for the court, demand in court that this liquidation liquidation should be took place in the supervision of the court. तो बेसिकली जब आप अपने वॉलेंटरी वाइंडिंग अप कर रहे हैं, आप अपने स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन पास करके लिक्विडेशन कर रही है, देन इन दैट केस क्रेडिटर्स और कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटरीज ये डिमांड कर सकती हैं कि ये जो लिक्विडेशन है वो कोर्ट के सुपरविजन में हो. Okay, so in that case this will be called the winding up under the supervision of the court. Okay, so this is the basic of liquidation, that there is three type of mode in which you can wind up your company or liquidate your company. Okay, and meaning of liquidation and the process of liquidation we have discussed. In next lecture we will discuss some more provisions or some more items from liquidation of. Okay, so that's it for today's lecture. Thank you guys.